Howdy everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. We're going to talk about a course overview that I'm just on the verge putting out on Python version 3. Yes, Python 3, Algo Trading. Okay, so who's this for? Target audience: retail traders, students for career moves into the financial industry, and algo traders of any experience. First, let's talk about retail traders. As we know, 90% of these folks are losing at trading. It's pretty crazy. They also use popular retail trading platforms, which are very restrictive and constrict your capabilities as an automated trader. They are also pretty well tied back to corrupted brokers who want you to lose. Also, let's talk about Python for students. A lot of the students who want to be employed in institutions are using Python. Also, high-frequency trading firms widely use Python and C++. And we also know about great starting resources to learn from, like Quantopia and QuantStart. Also, we have Python for algo traders. Over 80% of electronic trading is driven by this globally. And we also have a huge interest in pretty well all asset classes. We'll cover crypto in a bit. And now this is key, most profitable traders that I know, and there's literally thousands of them, of any kind of trader that I know, are easily the automated guys, the algo trading folks, because they have two things. First, they can scale in parallel, and they can run processes and analysis in literally up to seconds and minutes versus weeks and days. So why Python? This is for the pros. I always have lived by this quote from George Washington: liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. And I specifically use this because Python is open source, easy to understand, and once you get your confidence and capabilities up to par, you can literally just do that. You are going to begin to rapidly grow. Now, about Python itself. The security guys over at PayPal. Python has seen some of its fastest adoption at PayPal within the application security group. Okay, very important to understand that. Now, from a high-frequency trading point of view, we got this guy saying Python is excellent for doing math studies and math analysis. We use it in this manner for HFT. All right, so what are some of the basic standard packages and tool sets that you need to get? I always recommend get a Linux compliant operating system. This includes Mac OS, okay? Also Unix compliance, fine too. We're talking about also the packages from Python that are usually going to be helpful. Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and of course the utility called pip for package installation. Very easy to use. Now, here's what I'm assuming you've got to succeed as an algo trader. We've got a few requirements to make sure you got. First, be comfortable with the mentioned packages and tools. You have access and are comfortable with computer systems. You also have an inner drive and motivation. That's so key. You have to have the focus and time and the basics in elements of trading. So, of course, we're going to get, a lot of people, especially newbies, that are going to be humming and hawing on this. So, here's some resources to get you started. First, let me show you, I recommend the Microsoft Channel 9 books. And of course, online courses and websites, there's a ton of them out there. Now let's talk about strategies. So yeah, there's all these kind of resources and I've always whatever. But here's the first phase: to understand Python primitive trading systems. Then we'll get into some of the algos, and we're also going to get into crypto, including obviously Bitcoin. So I focus right now on Forex and beyond. When I ran a survey among my Facebook group with over 10,000 people, I was quite shocked to learn that options was the #1 asset class that people want to learn. Plus, #2 would be crypto, and then #3 would be just this, Forex. So one of the things that I've learned about learning is your brain is structured the following way. In order to build a bridge, a dam, you got to think like this. So everything's got to be small, bite-sized chunks. So we understand modules, break it down further into units. And then here's what we do before we start. First, my 8-year journey, just want to ensure I'm going to vet all the stuff that I've looked at. I've taken out all the crap stuff, and I've got software programming language, and I've done a huge assessment. So here's why I am looking at Python and pretty well going about what I'm moving forward with. So we have the infrastructure, as I said, databases, what we've talked about, or how is everything I try to do is open source except one product, which I'll mention in a minute. It's open source, it's NoSQL, Redis, in memory for speed, and with this you'll see the differences. It's ranked one of the fastest databases out there, and it's true open source. Also, your capital. Your brokers, a lot of people don't realize this, is that brokers will limit you, and they will determine on how you can program within their API. So of course the standard for retail traders is interactive brokers. The one I've been playing with has been Duca's copy, probably the standard for Forex as well as CFDs, which I'm kind of going to be moving forward to experiment with LMAX as well. Now, as I said, we want to cover all asset classes, so that's covered through interactive brokers. Of course, let's talk about crypto, and which of course includes Bitcoin. Now, here's the problem with a lot of the exchanges out there. Which ones are reliable? Well, we talk about that. We also talk about how potentially you can fund crypto with a credit card, but the problem is a lot of banks are now basically closing you off from funding cryptocurrency with a credit card. And of course, I want to give you some tips on forward-looking data and the sources you can use to help you gauge Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So another big one obviously is charting. The one that I was talking about a commercial product called Chart Director, fairly affordable, and it can be used pretty well in all programming languages as well, and all operating systems. There's virtually no limit, and it's really affordable. Okay, so obviously I want to do live Q&A. I do webinars, and we'll be doing webinars pretty well every week, so that's where the opportunity for live Q&A, very important. Of course, this is an on-demand system, so if you miss out on videos, that's covered because they'll be there. Lastly, I want to give you I won't say lots of source code. I can easily overwhelm you, but they're very basic programming scripts to help you look at and identify how to use and optimize Python to build very simple trading scripts. And then we have a variety of walkthroughs that I include. And then, I have meetups here in Toronto. I also do them online. I've got my meetup group, the Quant Finance group. We also have over 10,000 people, pushing 11,000 now in my Facebook group. And we also have the YouTube, which is about just over 6,000 people. So that's the social media. We try to deliver everything by email or through the site, so it's all virtual. And what I want, obviously, is to join now, because this is a good deal, and you probably will be able to, in a very simplistic way, understand the basics of a primitive trading system where it's simple, and the goal is to get you up and running right away and be able to finish it so you have the confidence to move forward. Over and out. Hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you got questions by reaching out to my social media. Later.